Hey, welcome back to the channel, Game Gurus. Today we're going to take a look at how easy it is to install the new GRS control panel in your iiRcade Gold. This new control panel will give you a lot of features that, well, you might want. Dual spinners, light up trackball, dual joysticks with 4 8-way 2S gate switchers, easy USB connectivity, and well, let's see how easy it is and look at some gameplay. Let's get started. Okay, you can see here we have the Dragon's Lair version of the iiRcade Gold Edition, and installation is very simple. We're just going to take off 2 screws, one on the right side and the other one on the left. That's what attaches the control panel to the main unit. And again, they did a really nice job with this control set. I can't lie. The joysticks, the weight on the springs are much better. The buttons were always very good, but the joysticks were much improved over the standard edition. Just be careful when you're taking out the control panel, because the screen, which is one of the things I don't like about the unit, is not held in, so it'll just slide down. So we'll get that out of the way and put it aside. Now we'll just tilt this forward a little bit, because there is the main, it's almost like an IDE cable connector. We have to pull this off. Now I've already installed my 2S GRS gate switchers in this unit, so I also had to pull off the 5-volt line. But that's it. Once you pull off that cable, you can lift it out of the way and put it aside. Next, we'll take the new GRS Gold control panel. Now this is non-Bluetooth. This one is USB only. And you can see we have a lot of hardware down here. But the cable is now going to go at a 90-degree angle. But the cable is more than long enough to reach. Just be careful putting it in, because the connectors are tiny. It's not really an IDE cable. It's a bit smaller, but I think it's about 40 pins. And just be careful when you go to either remove it or put it in, you're going in straight. You don't want to pull half the pins off and bend it and flex it out. Just pull it straight out as you can go, and it'll go right back in, no problem. And then we're just going to tilt it right back down. Now I admit I did forget to put the screen protector back in. But you can see it does fit in the original position just fine. Now I'm plugging in the USB cable to the front of the control panel, and you definitely can do that. It makes it a lot easier. We could also plug it into the back and use a small USB hub, so you don't have the cable sticking out the front. But just for simplicity here, I did put it on the front. And I'm just going to slide the screen back in place and slide it up a little bit. And you have to slide it up and then push the control panel back at the same time. That's kind of what holds it. I'm probably going to make a small little thing to hold it in better than that. But that's it. Once you connect everything like that, you're going to put in the 2 screws to hold it in place. The same screw holes that was in the stock unit will fit the GRS iiRcade Gold control panel. We'll put the one on the right and then do the one on the left. And that's all there really is to the installation itself. You can see once you plug in the USB cable, it'll supply power and the trackball will illuminate. Now I didn't, the GRS trackball here is our optical trackball with the light ring. So with this one, you can actually make some adjustments. We do include the wiring harness. We'd have to put buttons somewhere else to make changes to the resolution and the different screen colors. Again, the LEDs have multiple effects and colors you can select. And again, multiple resolutions you can select. But that's with a separate cable. But it's set stock the way it should be up with the setup with the iiRcade and the LED ring. And we're just booting up the machine right now. I do wish they can get some sound effects in there. Okay, and it brings up your game list. And the joysticks and buttons will work just as the stock unit does. We're using the 40-pin wire to go to the motherboard, just like the original one did. There were no changes there. Except now you also have access to 2 USB spinners, the trackball, as well as a 4 8-way gate switcher. And again, that gate switcher can be done through manual means, through the buttons, or through software control. You can see I'm loading up Space Harrier right now. And Space Harrier will support my trackball, which you can see right here. I'm using the trackball for it. He'll always return to center, just like it would do with the joystick. But as you move the trackball in any one of the directions, you can see I will follow, or the man will follow, to where it's going. So it does add a new type of gameplay to it. And I'll just watch some gameplay here. I won't make any more comments, but you can see how the trackball is working with the Gold Edition Space Harrier.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
I will also mention really quickly right here, since I just killed him, the trackball works, but also the joystick works as well. So you can still use the original joystick in the game if you wanted to. Just pick up one and start using it, and it'll work. So let's take a look at another game we can use here. You see the joystick I have right here. This is Burger Time, and I'm switching between the blue mode, which is 4-way directions, and the 8 ways under the red color. So again, this is something that iiRcade can change and have it operate through software. So when you pick Burger Time, it'll automatically switch to 4-way mode. And again, Burger Time is a game that the 8-way joystick makes it a really poor experience. Oh, that's $5 for John. So here I just switched to the blue on my manual switch, which locks both joysticks into 4-way mode. And as you can see, playing the game is much, much better. So I'll also make a point of note here that this is our pre-production unit. So the mounting screws for the joysticks and other items do appear on the top, and there are little bulges on there. That won't be in the final unit. It'll be a smooth top in case you do want to add some graphics by Joe Sabos or Arcade Graphics or your own. You'll be able to do that, but we will only be issuing it on the black top. I do think it looks really, really attractive on there, but of course iiRcade is well known for the beautiful graphics that are on the machine. But we'll leave that up to the people who are more talented in the art realm to make those kind of overlays for the GRS iiRcade control panel. And I'll mention here real quickly that the new servos we're using will fit in the iiRcade Legacy cabinet or Standard cabinet, as well as the Gold, without making any modifications to the cabinet itself. Papa Brad's Gaming had done a video. We actually had to cut the bottom of his unit to make the original servos a fit. These new servos actually are higher torque and a little bit quicker to work and less power. So it was a win-win. And of course we have the volcano buttons on the top. Right now they're not labeled, but they have the same exact buttons we have, which is volume up, volume down, coin, power, and so forth. So these are things that will be marked on the final unit. Now here we're playing Cisco Heat, which is a driving game, and this one can be controlled again by the joystick, by the trackball if you wish, but also the spinners. So right now I'm actually using the spinner above the left joystick, and I know some people were concerned about its position. And so far, I'm really not having a problem with it. We have so many controls on here and limited space. I'm trying to see if there's another spot it could go. But right now, above the joystick is where it fits the best. And this is using our Hall Effect push-pull spinner. And you can see the cars being maneuvered by the spinner. But again, you could use the trackball. And of course, you could also use the joystick if you wish. So I will say right here that the iiRcade engineering team and software team are optimizing the controls for their games. So the trackball, the spinner, should be set fairly close to what it should be for that particular game. We'll go back to the main menu, and again, because all the buttons are now volcano buttons, work just the same. We'll pick our next game. And here we're going to do Adventures of Robbie Roto. The reason I'm showcasing this game as well is because it's also a game really designed for 4-way directions. The game can be quite difficult with an 8-way joystick. So I again move the joystick to the blue mode, which is 4-way direction lock. And again, both joysticks have this, so when you switch one, the other will switch along with it. And then you can play Robbie Roto a lot better having the proper control mechanism, which is a 4-way digital joystick. So once again, this is really just the beginning with these controls. The GRS control panel has additional mounting points on the front and the side of the unit for future controls. What's that? So that's it, Game Gurus. It's very easy to install the GRS control panel in your Gold unit. Of course, I have it in my Dragon's Lair unit right here. This control panel will give you some nice new features that will be taking more advantage in the future. Again, these spinners, there's a couple of games right now that can take advantage of the spinners on here. The trackball as well. The trackball is the optical version of my trackball, it's my version 3. The two joysticks are standard joysticks, but they do have the TOS GRS gateway switches in there. So when you play a game like Donut Dodo or Burger Time, you can take it from the 8-way joystick mode to 4-way, which really does make the gameplay a lot better. In the future, there'll be some software updates which allow that to be controlled automatically by the program, but you'll still always be able to switch it again by hand. You can see on the front here, we do have a couple of expansion ports here, and also on the side for future GRS products that will be coming out in the future. We'll announce that at a later date. But that's it for right now. I hope you see how easy it was, and some future gameplay possibilities in your iiRcade Gold. Do not worry, we have not forgot about the iiRcade Classic or Legacy unit if you prefer. We will be coming out with something out as well, but I'm showing you this one first. And well, that's it for today. If you did like the video, please like, share, subscribe. If you're interested in the iiRcade, I'll put a link down below to where you can purchase the new Gold cabinet. The GRS control panel here, this is my pre-production unit, but we're just doing some testing, and once we're sure everything's good to go, we will be releasing it. So that's it. So remember, no matter what you do or how you play your games, remember to tell your family and friends that you love them. That's most important. But then after that, make sure you game on.